Hey yo, what's up? Machi here, and welcome to another Wednesday night review. And today we are finally here with ARTMS's second pre-release track, which is entitled Flower Rhythm. Quite interesting there. Anyways, like the first one really knocked our socks off with Birth, and yeah, that was quite the uh, creepy video. But now, well, this one, it says it's an official track video, so I'm not really quite sure uh, what would it would entail here. Track video. So it's not a full-fledged MV. Maybe it's more like a performance thing? Not quite sure. But yeah, that's what we're here for. We're here to check it out. So let's go right ahead and see what's in store for us here with Artemis's Pre2 Flower Rhythm. Here we go. Interesting instrumentals. Looks like bells. Ooh, ooh. Oh, that sadly went hard. Does that sound like water? Oh, what was that? We'll go back to that later. This seems like such a cool song. Ooh. Ooh. This is very different from Pre1. Ooh. This sounds so cool. Also, everyone is blonde except for Jinsoul. Huh. Ooh. Wow. Oh wow. This song. I feel like we just passed through a rave or something. Like a mild rave or I don't know. Not really a hard-hitting one, but uh the vibe, the outfits. Oh man. This is really different from Birth. But then again, I think these are B-sides. Like where all the pre-releases might be B-sides? Not quite sure. Or will the fourth one be a title track? This is really interesting. There's a lot of things going on. It's mostly them walking around on a stage with screens, with the like digital screen surrounding. Um, but you get so many flashes of stuff in here, and I somehow think that even though this is not cut out like your usual MV, that there might be some lore in this one as well, because they certainly drop in enough stuff to make it seem like there is lore in this. So let's go through that again, shall we? Let's hit replay here and be ready to pause at certain parts. Okay, first of all, there's something about the underlying instrumental that kind of reminds me of Heejin's album, like something there. I don't know if it's algorithm, no, probably not algorithm, but there's something in the backing track that reminds me of something from Heejin's album, probably. And then we get this like industrial grunge come in. It's just like that threw me off. But yeah. Now, are we getting into color theory? Because like we have Heejin here now starting us off with a red background. Does that mean anything? And usually that's a question you have to ask when dealing with them. What does it mean? And sometimes there's an answer, sometimes there isn't one, or sometimes it's just speculation at the end of the day. But that's the fun of being an orbit or an ori. Uh, you get to boggle your mind a bit more. This space that they're walking around in kind of reminds me of like where Odd Eye Circle goes to rescue Olivia. I think there also might be something to the lyrics. The lyrics are weird. It feels like they're talking about something that is quite fantastical. Not quite sure what though. Okay. Uh this is the beginning of a bunch of flashed images. I actually was able to pause it before it happened. So let's go through that, shall we? So we have a flower and then a star. Okay? And then a distortion. Oh, this might be a distorted flower. You can kind of see it. Like those are the petals and that's the center. And then this one we saw. We've seen this before, right? Have we seen this before? We've seen this before. Is it in Air Force One? Not quite sure. I think we've seen that before. Okay. We haven't seen this one before, but it is kinda creeping me out right now. Okay. I'm probably thinking we might not have seen this before. I might be confusing it with uh what's that show? The one with Yena in it? Uh oh, I forgot the name of the show. So I'm thinking Girls Mystery Class, Girls High School Mystery Class, something like that. So I might be confusing it with imagery from there. But I do think no, I don't know. I'm not sure anymore. This is interesting. Okay, then darkness. Then the sun. That panel of darkness I think is significant. The fact that it's one frame off like that means like it is meant to be a panel. It's not just a transition. So we have this, then darkness, then the sun. And then that. Upside down smiley. And then white. And then a flower. Is that connected to the flowers in rebirth? Not rebirth, birth. Then either a star or a diamond. Yeah. And another distortion. Is that still a flower distorted? Or is it something else? Is that the diamond distorted? Can't quite tell. I'm sure some orbit somewhere must have software that can undistort this thing. It might be something else. I think it looks different. Could be words? Not sure. There's an irregularity to it that makes it seem like it's words. And null symbol. Okay. So we got quite the imagery from that. Not sure what it all means. I'm sure there are a bunch of theories out there. If anyone would like to share theirs, please comment in the comment section down below. I'd really like to hear it. Okay, wait. There was something there. Okay, so when Jinsoul does her line, everyone else except for Jinsoul becomes a blob. Yeah? Right? What is that all about? Is it because Jinsoul has different hair? I think that is really significant because, like, that's not their hair color for the comeback, I would assume. Or like, I think they're switching up hair colors because, like, in birth they all ended up with black hair, right? And then now 4 of them have blonde hair, and Jinsoul has dark red. But yeah, this chorus quite groovy. Kind of giving me a little bit of like retro dance club. I'm not sure. Just the vibe, not the sound. Okay, sorry. We're getting stuff in the instrumental that sounds like water dripping. It's very unsettling. What are those symbols behind Jinsoul? Also sounds so good here. Yeah, it's giving me this dance club vibe. Ooh. Heejin is still the tip of the V, but yeah. Like, with something like that, I would have expected Jinsoul to be center at the end, but no. Heejin is center at the end. And Heejin is the one who starts us off earlier here in the track video. So Heejin is still maintaining her role? Kinda? Maybe? Because given birth, I feel like we're in some sort of new world. Or is it maybe since birth is the last track of the album, uh it's still them making their way to the new world. New world. This might be the travel time. Because like I said, this place, especially when the screens are off, it feels like where Odd Eye Circle went when they're rescuing Olivia, and I think it was the time when Olivia was hanging in between the cosmos, and so this is the in between the cosmos space that Odd Eye Circle travels through. So they might be traveling towards the eventual Eden in birth. Maybe, maybe just a theory. If we are going in that direction in time, but if somehow we are traveling backwards in time, that is something else. Or it might be the same thing. Because you never know. Forwards, backwards in time might be the same thing for this group. So, yeah. Look at me here trying to just drive myself into a wall with all the confusion. Uh, you know, actually, uh, that is something that I can do. Uh, like, I'm kind of used to, not exactly comfortable, but I'm kind of used to just sitting on that border between knowing and not knowing, and just like, I'm fine knowing a lot of things, but also fine with not knowing a lot of things. And, trying to make sense of the lore that's going on over here will drive you to that edge. But yeah, for me, I like sitting on that edge. But you know what I like even more? Uh, Having other people join the discussion. So if any of you have uh, any leads as to what the stuff in here means and how it connects to the general lore of Artemis so far. Sorry, my throat's acting up again. Yeah, please feel free to share in the comment section down below. Uh, it's either that, or I might just dive back into the Luna Discord server. I'm still part of that. There are lore channels over there, but they're usually very mishmash, and it's just one or two threads, so sometimes things get there's some, what they call that, burying of posts if like lots of people are sharing at the same time. But yeah, Flower Rhythm sounds really, really cool. It to me, it does sound like a dance club track, but that's just to me and what I think of dance clubs. uh I've probably only been to one or two in my whole life, so very limited experience. So it's mostly my biased thinking. But yeah, also sounds kind of European to me. Like whenever I think of Europop and the weirdness that comes with it, this kind of fits. Uh, but that's again my background, the Europop that I grew up with. So yeah, interesting track from ARTMS. It's gonna be quite the stewing, waiting around for the third one and the fourth one. Like what other? I'm thinking right now. Once we get all four, and we still can't make any sense of what's happening, oh, we're gonna be like stir fried crazy by the time uh the actual release comes out. That I think is what Artemis is trying to do to us. Maybe, maybe. So yeah, uh, I think that's it for my reaction to Artemis's Pre2 Flower Rhythm. So yeah, we'll wrap it up here. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, feel free to check out my Patreon, where I also post reactions to longer form content, more casual content, most of which is available for free. You can probably see the titles pop up here on the side. There's also some bonus perks set aside for those who are kind enough to subscribe, such as access to my K-drama and anime reactions, which incidentally you can also access for free for 7 days, as that is tier 1 of my Patreon, and it has a 7-day free trial, so you might want to, well, try it out. As to higher tiers on my Patreon, they get early access to raw recordings of my reaction videos and priority when it comes to recommendations. But don't get too fussed about all that. Like I said, most of the stuff on my Patreon is available for free, so don't be afraid to check it out. The link to my Patreon is in the description down below, as well as a link to a spreadsheet where you can more easily navigate and access the free content on my Patreon. So you might want to start with that. That's also in the description down below. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me on this intriguing and mysterious journey with Artemis. Until next time, have a great day everyone, and hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.